Okay, you ready?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, we're going to get started now with our last presentation and then the interactive hot seat right after. We're going to start with our public speaking, how to spin and how to speak and when to say it presentation with Imam Nadir Ahmed. Currently, Imam Nadir Ahmed is the director of L-Class Training Academy. He has worked in the field of education for 32 years. And he has served as the Imam of Mashallah class in Detroit for close to 10 years. So without further ado, Imam Nadir Ahmed.
Sisters and brothers, assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Respected brothers, sisters, we certainly are honored to be here with you this afternoon, and we always thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us to be together. I'd like to express my thanks to CAIR Michigan, its Executive Director, Imam Dawood Wali, for the hard work that he's doing. And we'd like to thank the professor, I call him Professor Rahim Hanifa. We thank him for the invite to share with you this evening. But I think it's not fair, Professor, you could let them eat before I came on. Now everybody's going to be sleeping. So what am I to do? I might as well sleep with you, because when I eat, I get sleepy too. But anyways, brothers and sisters, I'm going to be as brief as possible, because I know you've had a long day, and I know you're ready to call it to an end. I'll be speaking to you, say, on public speaking in general, but the communicative process in particular, because communication is key for us as humans. You know, so many problems exist in households, in communities, in nations, because there's a breakdown in the communicative process. People do not know how to communicate effectively. And as a result, it ends many times in hurt, sometimes in death, wars, etc., because of the lack of communication. So we want to talk about this process called communication, which is the sharing of information by using symbols to send and receive messages. And you communicate whenever you share thoughts, when you share ideas, and when you share feelings with others. This is a process of communication. And there are two types of communications, as you very well know. One is called interpersonal communication, and the other intrapersonal communication. Intrapersonal communication is the communicating with oneself. And sometimes we're in situations where there's no one to communicate with other than yourself. So I see people sometimes talking to themselves. Well, that's a good thing as long as you don't start answering yourself back. Because when you start answering yourself back, then maybe you're bordering on insanity. So we don't want to go there. Interpersonal communication is the communicating between two or more people. And that's what we want to talk about somewhat here this afternoon. Interpersonal communication and how we can effectively do that and get the best results. And for us as Muslims, communication is very important now. Because there are so many attacks, as you know, on our religion, on our way of life. Therefore, we have to know how to properly explain our religion, how to properly, if we have to, defend our religion, how to properly if you will, live our religion. Because I'll say this and I'll repeat this a little bit later. Actions speaks louder than words. So though we can talk, we might explain, etc., what people are looking at is our behavior as Muslims, our conduct as Muslims. People in my neighborhood know that I am Muslim. I never told them, but they know it. How? For one reason, because of my wife, and it used to be my daughters. They no longer live there now. They're too old and they're grown and gone. Got their own wings and they're flying on their own. But they know because of our behavior. You see? Because of our behavior, they know we're Muslim. You see? So actions speak louder than words. And we have to always keep that in mind, that we can talk one thing, but if our actions are contrary to the talk, then somewhere along the line, somebody is going to call you a name, like hypocrite, or something more derogatory. So what we want to do is not only communicate with our voices, with our words, we want to communicate with our actions, because our actions speak louder. And you know, there's a Chinese proverb that says, one picture is worth more than what? 1,000 words. More than 1,000 words. So now words are fantastic, but many times they don't get the message across. Now, messages that we send can either be what? Verbal or nonverbal. I don't know about any of you all, but growing up as a kid, seemed like my mother knew all of those nonverbal messages that we sent. Sometimes it got you slapped. See, it wasn't that thing, you can't touch a child, when I was growing up. No, my mother would touch you. And she would touch you again. Because of what? The nonverbal message that you sent. You know, a quick way to get slapped was to do that. Oh, you get slapped right into the next week. Right away. Because you were sending a message of what? Disrespect. To roll your eyes. Girls used to like to roll their eyes. Now, if a boy rolled his eyes, something's wrong with that guy. You better check him out. Because boys don't generally roll their eyes. That's a girl's thing. But many girls have gotten slapped because they did what? Roll their eyes. There was a message there, right? there was a message.